Start the recording. 3, 2, 1, go. How have things been with you? I saw your Parasect Gen 2 move. I'm like, what move would Parasect even get in Gen 2 that would help it? And I guess that was the answer. Psybeam. So the reason I do those 2 dodges is because I've noticed the RNG with the opponent is kind of predetermined for these first tutorial fights. Because I realized if you use 3 chomp attacks in a row, the opponent will miss twice in a row. But if you do the 2 dodges first, it prevents that. Which is actually pretty cool. That first dodge was to prevent the turn 1 miss. Yeah, these first 2 fights are predictable. Ooh, nice, a failed dodge. This game reminds me of Metabots. I've never heard of that one. Right now I'm just making a new arm. You get to make a bunch of parts too. Legs, arms, torso, and head. Any other old games? There's this one game on the N64 I like a lot called Blast Score. It's on Switch Online if you got that. I speedran that game a lot too. You got a buttload of, like, older games? Nice. The only older games I've played recently are just ones that I've, speedran. Whoa. That was close. This is not a great spot for these guys. Oh my god, dude. That's annoying. Normally, I would say that's a restart, but there are a lot of different chances in this game where you just randomly encounter monsters, so eh. I've heard of Roller Coaster Tycoon, but only because I've seen some people play it in Archipelago, which is pretty funny. I just know you can make roller coasters and have people die. Dude, that was close. I don't know why I was failing at that. I mean, then again, I lost my stylus, so I'm using a pen. Might have had something to do with it. Alright, now we get to make a head. Born spitball. Yeah, this head we're going to be making is it's a UFO head called the UAV head. It has a move called Headbutt, which hits the head and the torso for very good damage. And it has a bonus effect called Celestial, because I used a worn spindle, so I get a positive bonus effect to the part. It does extra damage to alchemical made parts. This head I'm making is mechanical. Mechanical attacks do not go good with alchemical attacks, but having that bonus amplifier works out nice. The Pokemon equivalent would be like having an ability to hit not a very effective opponents with neutral damage. That's kind of like the equivalent. Dang it. Last minute screw up. That was not the right body part. Dude. Dude. Nice. Well, that's revenge for that one. That monster has a very tough torso. Yeah, it's unsafe to walk with that one. That's fine. I've got a giant Frankenstein. Nice. It's usually risky to attack the opponent when they're out of energy, because they could dodge, but they could recharge too, which opens them up to an attack. I'm doing this on purpose. I've routed in doing one angry mob minigame. This will get me enough points to get to the next rank, so that way next time I go back to the castle I can equip that head. Because that head needed an extra rank because of how powerful it was. This is the monster I use Chomp on. It's got an alchemical torso. I just hate how Chomp costs 4 energy to use, though. Yeah, that torso just has so much health. Alright, I'm not risking going for a Chomp. I'm gonna use Cannon Fire. Dang. One more. There we go. Oh my god. Get out of the way. Thank you. Yeah, with this minigame right here, whenever you actually fill out the line, it moves you to the next level, and the timer will actually temporarily pause in the transition. So it's actually fastest to do this as slow as you can. You don't want to just do nothing, because the top screen has the quality meter. Right now it's in orange. If you let it get to red, you fail. Yeah, I think I might end up having to transition screens at least once. Yeah, probably. Yep. We're not been using these legs anyway, not like it matters. Whoop. Yeah, this is a really powerful head for this early in the game. There's the worn spindle that you get, which is the secondary item you need. It's a guaranteed reward you get for doing one of your missions. I need to do these pumpkins down here first. Yeah, there's a very great chance I'm going to lose like about a minute and a half on this split. This will probably be like a 21-minute Cobbleshire split because of that optional monster from earlier. The other pumpkin's close. Whoa. Oh, dude. Cornered me. Yeah, dude, it's got the annoyingly bulky torso, so, I'm just gonna run away. It'll just take me back to the mayor. Yeah, that's annoying. Hey, at least I'm near the castle. Or not, yeah, near the castle. Oh, it doesn't matter. I have to speak to the mayor again anyway. Forgot. Yeah, this will be like probably a 20-something split. Which, to be fair, 20-something's like the average split for me. That 1859... That 1859 in my PB was actually a very good split. I knew it was going to be pretty unlikely to beat it. But yeah, the UAV head's really good for this fight. Because it has an alchemical torso. Plus, this headbutt only requires 2 energy, which is really good. Alright, I think I'm gonna need 1 recharge. Also, if a recharge and a dodge happens at the same time, it all happens in 1 turn, but 2 recharges is like over 2 turns, if that makes sense. So during my recharge, I was actually hoping that it would do a dodge. Okay, sub 20. That's still decent, I guess. Oh my god, dude. Whoa. Yeah, the Neverglades is a pretty easy level. A lot of the monsters here have biological parts, which mechanical has an advantage over, which makes the UAV hit a lot better. The only disadvantage with that compared to the cannon fire is cannon fire does more damage, and it has a quicker animation, but not a big deal. One thing I hate about it is the map is so small, and there's so many monsters everywhere. Yeah, and you're bound to encounter a lot of these, too. Dude, I don't know why this shape is so hard. Oh my god. I don't know why. That specific shape is really sensitive. Like, if you don't do it the right way, then it just fails. This monster gets in the way so much, I think it's just faster to just kill it. I hate this game sometimes. Is there a benefit to fighting monsters? You gain ingredients as a reward, which you need for building parts. Plus, you earn experience, which lets you go up in the ranks. And the higher rank you are, the better parts you can use. Like earlier, when I built my UFO-shaped head, I wasn't a high enough rank to use it because it had a positive effect on... Oh my god. Had a positive effect on it. And if I just didn't fight monsters, I wouldn't get high enough of a rank. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just straight up impossible to avoid some of these monsters. There we go. Yeah, this map is just so small. There we go. Optimizing grinding. Pretty much, yeah. Whoops. I used the wrong move. So yeah, you want to fight monsters to get better ingredients for making better parts. And you also want to fight them for experience to increase your rank. I mean, this is also a speedrun after all, so I would like to do as few optional fights as possible. But sometimes you just can't avoid them. It's like wild encounters in Pokemon. Like before you have access to repels. They're just unavoidable. I'm not gonna risk that. Oh, I could have attacked. Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant by a dodge and a recharge happening at the same time. It takes up 1 turn instead of 2, which is faster. Yeah, me accidentally selecting the wrong move kinda cost some time there. Of course that monster is back. Okay, at least it cooperated. Mutant larva and a growth serum. We're actually going to be making some really good legs. The legs, they're going to have a positive effect called disabling, where whatever part it attacks, that part becomes disabled and you can't use it. But those legs can only hit the right arm. There are some monsters where the right arm's most terrifying, so it could help. Other than that, though, it does the same damage. I originally had these legs in the route for a fight late, like in the late game. Just like one of those like regular fights, not a boss fight. But I believe I routed them out of the run. So I don't think these legs are necessary anymore. How many points was that surgery? I don't understand your question. Surgery? Oh, you mean the field repair? Where, like, I spin the wheel and my parts get healed up? Those don't give any points. I just do that to keep my monster repaired. I mean, mini-games like this bug mashing give points. I hate it, though. But yeah, when you see something flash on the screen called MSP, those are your points. I mean, the points really don't matter in the route that much. It only really matters for this UFO head. Because you would like to have this head for the first boss fight. But if you do a bit of optimization, it is possible to, like, be a high enough rank to where you can use it. That was the reason in the Cobbleshire level, I did one minigame with the mob, where I, like, had to hit pipes at him. It's optional, but doing that one gave me enough points for the rank. This is not a good puzzle. I do not like it when all 4 colors get used. Oh, the mini game I did. I actually don't know. That's just one of the what do you call it? I was making biological legs. Oh my god, I'm getting surrounded on all sides. I believe it does give you some points, like doing those. I believe it does. I just don't know how much. It might depend on the difficulty. I mean, doing the field repair here does cost time, but I do think it's worth doing if your parts are very low. Whoa. Damn it. Yeah, I am missing an arm. I didn't have enough time to repair it, but that arm is honestly pretty useless. I almost never use it. So I didn't really prioritize repairing it. I mean, monsters aren't really, like, left or right-handed. Maybe you were just saying that as a joke, but... No, there's no such thing as left or right-handed monsters. I just didn't care enough to repair it. Saw blade. That is not a saw blade. Oh, I don't have a saw blade. Okay. Alright. This'll let me make an arm that I'm never gonna use. You basically mash the button when the finger's in the green. Yeah, the left arm's dominant. It definitely is the dominant one, for sure. Okay. Oh, not yet. Yeah, electromagnet. I'm gonna be making a cannon Mark II. There we go. Alright, torso with a metal platter and a lock washer. I think I have a lock. Yeah, I do. We're making a stronger arm and a better torso. Because our current parts can only last us so long. See, I got a much better torso, more powerful arms, the same head. The legs are the same. I don't really ever use the legs. Wow, that was some good dodging right there. Alright, we're gonna go fight the boss next. It is sort of like the equivalent to evolution if you think about it. Yeah, look how much damage this does now. 74 damage. But it costs 11 energy. That's why I needed the torso. Plus, my torso has a positive effect on it called slippery. It makes dodges more likely to work. Okay. Nice. There we go. Yeah, in actual speedruns, you evolve. Dude, really? Yeah, this part is just that powerful. Especially against a biological torso. Alright. I hate this minigame here. You have to, like, slingshot brains into that thing. I found the best way to do this is to spam these brains until you get a steak. Lightly throw it, then just do this. Careful not to throw the steak in its head, though. Oh, that's a pretty good head. Not as good as the UFO head. The UFO head is still good for now. I mean, we'll actually be replacing our head and torso pretty soon. Because there's going to be a mandatory part in the game where we have to do an upgrade. So we'll replace our head pretty soon. Dude, throw a pipe, dumbass. Huh, I must have already gotten the wisps. That was quick. I mean, isn't that just because you play with a halucha? One of the things I don't like about these runs is these mandatory little monster making minigames here that you have to do to like learn how to use it. There's no way to speed it up because there's a timer. You just end up playing the game normally. Alright, so yeah, this fight here, you actually have to lose. Dude, this arm right here is actually making it take longer. Because this stronger arm makes it... Okay, whatever. That works. I just like how quick that was. Bruh, seriously? Alright, we're going to be making a new torso and a new head. It probably would be it probably would have been faster just to fight it directly. I mean, just in early sections of the game. It is quite nice, though. Alright. Burlap sack and a dried snoo. I hate how I have to play this game twice. I'm impressed I went this long without a steak. Also, I'm looking at my bottom screen. I'm not even looking at the top. And that's what happens when you throw a steak in its head. Alright, fresh brains, sticky goo. What I hate, though, about this torso that I'm making, this torso that I'm making has a lot of HP to it. It's got like 400 HP. But the problem is, it doesn't have much energy on it. So as soon as I equip it, I'm just gonna have to re-equip my old torso. I mean, we'll keep the head, because the UFO head is starting to not really be that good anymore, at least compared to the new arm I made. But the torso I'm definitely getting rid of for the old one. I mean, you don't even have to win this fight. The fight just auto ends after, like, I think 4 turns. The fight just auto ends. Alright, I'm gonna put my old torso back on. Yeah, the advantage of this new arm that I made, for any opponents with an alchemical torso, which there are a couple of them here that I have to fight, I can actually use my left arm and use diagonal, my right arm and use diagonal chop. I mean, it does okay damage. I mean, its energy costs are quite bad. Really. Ow. Blocked me. How dare you? Yeah, and these monster fights can get pretty tough, so I'm probably going to do field repair after almost every fight. I mean, headbutt with the head is just straight up better. Yeah, this arm still isn't really the best. It might actually be a time waste just because when I was fighting that monster where I have to lose the first time, it took like an extra turn or so. Not like it really matters in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I'll definitely do field repair after this one. Oh, dude. Since I was just about to attack with the head, that means I lost a turn. Wrong way. Yeah, it really doesn't matter whether my legs get knocked out. I never even use those. They have the flee feature on them, but I don't really need to flee for these fights, because these are all mandatory fights. Yeah, I better do field repair again. I'm gonna risk it. There we go. Alright, I will need to do repair now, though. So I'm gonna have to fight a minion. Those little pink guys. Also, this guy's monster is pretty pathetic. Yeah, 2-shot. It might actually be faster to just one-shot a monster here than just, like, attempt to avoid them. What are you doing now? These are alchemical legs. Not gonna use them, though. Yeah, the next part I'll be making is a head, which I won't be using. Just gotta do a race against this ghost. I have no idea why the races in this game have you mash L and R, which just makes no sense. Do the legs have more HP, less HP? Generally the parts that have the lowest health on average are the heads. The most amount of health is the torso. And also, yeah, the legs have a move option called flee, but not all legs have flee. It's kind of like a move. Like the legs that can flee only have one move, but the ones that can't have two moves. Because each part only has two move slots. I mean, later on, we're going to be making a really good pair of legs that's actually needed for the end game. Because we're going to be making some legs that have a really powerful block attack. Because basically, the final boss of the game is so hard, our main way of beating him consistently is by spamming blocking moves. It's kind of like if you're facing a really difficult opponent in Pokemon, and your solution to him is spamming counter and mirror coat with Wobbuffet. That's kind of the equivalent. Whoops. It's what they do in Stadium 2. Funnily enough, like, people think of Wobbuffet spamming counter in Stadium 2, but Wobbuffet's only used for, like, 3 gym sections. The Elite Four, Claire, and, Red. I'm pretty sure this sequence of inputs is consistent. I really should write them down. Alright, now we gotta fight the boss. I don't know why, that move looks so weak. Nice. Yeah, explosion and self-destruct get used far more often. Nice, got some time saved though. Alright, we're gonna be creating a really good arm. Burlap sack, wailing soul. We're gonna be making the fell scareclaw. It has a really powerful uppercut move. Like, it's insanely powerful. Whoop. I was trying to look at my computer screen doing that, to look at my capture card. But no, it's a bit harder that way. I'm better off just looking at the screen. Ow. What, dude? Also, I don't know why, but during this countdown right here, these electric balls can still move. No other minigame does this in this level. It's just this one. It's so annoying. Dude. Alright, now we're going to be making a torso. Which I don't think we're using either. You actually don't have to hit the ghosts. The whole goal is just to prevent any of those orbs from hitting the heart. And check this out. You can actually surround it in a circle, and you can actually make it go faster, which is actually pretty funny. Okay. Okay, I gotta make that arm. Nope, not a new one. Thing is blocking the elevator. Oh. Right, this way first. I got distracted. Yeah, this minigame, those other things don't move. Yep, and there's bugs here too. Are you talking about like the monster's energy? Basically, it costs energy to use attacks. To regain energy, you have to either do a dodge attack or a recharge. A recharge lets you get all your energy back at once, but at the cost of the opponent's going to get a hit in on you. Oh, in a previous run last week, I had this guy kill me because of 2 misses in a row. It's happened once. That doesn't matter. Dude. Oh my god, you asshole. Yeah, look at that. That uppercut does 108 damage for only 13 energy. It's kind of insane. You're finally ambidextrous, right? I'm actually using 2 arms. I'm still not using my legs, though. Oh, good god. Oh, get away. Hey, Shadow. How's the run going? The Cobbleshire split didn't go that well. The other 2 splits did pretty good. I mean, I just hope not to screw up the Marti Manor split again. I've had to reroute that section multiple times last week. There's Shadow. Oh, that was close. No, Shadow was never... The other Shadow was never here. Wow, that was close. Ooh. Yeah, this torso has a buttload of health. Fire Burst. Dude, that move is so weak. The moves that hit, like, every part of the opponent's monster don't do much damage. Like, at the bottom, you see Putrid Belch. It doesn't do much damage. I mean, trust me, the game looks a lot better on the Wii and PS2. I mean, as soon as I get my record back for the DS, I do plan to play the Wii version. The Wii version is going to take about an hour longer, though, just because of loading screens. The Wii and PS2 version have a buttload of loading scenes. Dang it. Here we go. I mean, I know why they exist, but it's a ton of them, dude. Like, a lot. There's like a loading screen before and after every monster fight. Like, imagine if before and after entering this fight, there was a 5-second loading screen. That was really quick. I've never seen Bomberman Act Zero, so I wouldn't know. I don't have enough for an uppercut. I really hate how the quest log blocks the map. More bugs. This is my least favorite minigame in the whole game. Oh my god, 2 bugs? Oh my god. Yeah, the bugs are so annoying. At least I'm getting better at it. Alright, we're gonna go fight the boss now. Nice. Yeah, you want to see how powerful this new arm is that I have? Watch this. Yeah. 3 hits. I think I'm gonna gold split. That was a really good Junkstack split. Alright, we're actually going to be making a lot of new parts. Alright, we need a torso with jumper cables and a superconductor. I don't think I have a superconductor. The Arcadium should work. It might give me a negative effect, I don't remember. The plot is not forcing me, it's just we're gonna fight some very powerful monsters in the next 2 splits. And we're gonna need the parts for them. Otherwise, we're gonna get absolutely destroyed. This won't give me a negative effect, will it? Okay, it didn't. I'll take that. Alright, thick pipe. Alright, I don't have a neutron reactor, so greasy sprocket it is. What sucks about this, I'm making the cannon Mark IV. What sucks about it is, the greasy sprocket is the only guaranteed item you get that'll give you a cannon Mark IV, but it gives you a negative effect called Wimpy, where it decreases the damage. I mean, it's still very powerful, don't get me wrong, but I just really wish the greasy sprocket wasn't the guaranteed item. Like, if the guaranteed item was a neutron reactor, which unfortunately I didn't find, it would have had a, I think, a supercharged effect where I would have gotten more energy. Alright. Better torso. And Mark IV. One of the funny things about Wildwoods is it requires the least amount of trips. You only end up taking 2 trips here. In this second trip that we're on right now, by the time we leave, we will have fought the boss. This thing. I have to fight this specific monster. Actually, funnily enough, the negative effect this arm could have if you use the greasy sprocket is random. It's either wimpy or drained. If it's drained, that means my torso will have less energy. It's just, the reason for the better torso is we have to have more energy. Because our parts are going to get more expensive. I'm going to repair my legs just in case I need to run. Oh my god, seriously? gotta make sure I keep my monster repaired because pretty soon in this level we have to fight 3 monsters in a row without healing. Honestly, I think out of Wimpy and Drained, I would probably rather have Wimpy. Because it still does a lot of damage whether I have Wimpy or not. Like, normally the part's supposed to do 126 damage, but instead it does 108. There we go. Hey, Smash. That was pretty good. Whoa. Alright, this is the one where I gotta fight 3 monsters in a row. But all of these monsters have biological torsos. They're all going to be 2 shots with the Cannon Mark IV. It's the reason I had it made right now. My old route actually made it before the boss, where I would have to make 3 trips, but that was just so inefficient. That's a 14% damage reduction. It's like being forced to use Scald instead of Surf, which isn't the worst, but it can be awful at times. The thing is, I haven't actually checked to see if that ever mattered. Like, the boss fight here. Like, does having Wimpy make it take 1 extra turn? I actually don't know. I never tested it. But the thing is, I'm kind of forced to have a negative effect because that Greasy Sprocket, it's the only guaranteed ingredient that you get to get a Cannon Mark IV. It's the only one that's guaranteed. In order to get another one, I'd have to be lucky at Junkstack and hope I find a good part. Because when you defeat the monster, when you defeat a wild monster, there's a chance you get a very good ingredient that is used to make one of the body parts you knocked off. Yeah, this was the reason I needed a mechanical torso as well, because mechanical torsos don't take as much damage from biological attacks. How much HP does the boss torso have? I have no idea. None of that stuff's revealed, and there's not much info about this game out there. I actually don't know. If it takes 7 turns, we know it mattered. What makes you say 7 turns? I don't know how many turns it takes normally. I can't remember. Alright, questions. That's all correct. Oh, okay. I think I understand. Dude. I hate these bugs. A solid muscle. That's really good. You can actually, there is a werewolf arm that I have to make for the final boss fight, and if I happen to find a solid muscle, I can get a positive effect called quick, which always makes me move first. Come on. Oh my god. Whatever. Oh yeah, that guy is so gonna see me. Dude, his torso does not have much health on it. Well, I ended up having to kill every monster on this map. That's just great. Alright, let's keep track of how many hits this takes. 1. Yeah, I'm definitely losing time on this split, for sure. No, I am losing time on this split. Oh yeah, this thing has Regenerator on its torso, so it is slowly healing health. Which I hope doesn't matter. Dodge. Nice. Alright, dodge again. Regenerator heals a small bit of its torso health each turn. So I actually don't know if this will matter or not, because that's going to throw off the numbers. Okay. Dude, get out of the way. I didn't mean come this way. What? Dude, another one spawned. Uh-oh. Whatever. Okay, this monster with the bull head is actually extremely powerful. Bruh. This is the reason I held on to these legs the whole time. Oh, these don't have disabling on them. Oh, I never equipped them on, did I? Whoops. Oh, fuck. I never equipped those new legs. Oh my god, this is irritating me. I was supposed to equip those legs that had disable on them. Okay. Minor time loss. There we go. I probably lost like a minute doing that, but this split has so much time loss on it anyway. I mean, my PB had like 2 deaths to that guy. It's one of the hardest non-boss fights in the game. There we go. Disabling that right arm is the most powerful arm on that machine. Like, its other moves are nowhere near as bad. That's the reason I had these legs since the start. Yeah, ever since I put these legs into the route, this monster's became a 3-shot. It's still hard, because it could theoretically go for low sweep and kill your legs right away. But, yeah. Ooh, star powder. You had equally flimsy legs? Yeah. I mean, those legs are the exact same as my old ones, just with the disable effect on it. Ooh, more star powder. There it is. Couldn't find it. Alright, I gotta kill this thing with uppercut. Oh my god. I hate turn 1 misses more than anything. Alright, at least it's going for those moves that hit every part, which don't do much damage. Okay, come on, knock it out. It's probably going to knock off that arm, so I'm just going to go for a cannon fire. And that was the right decision. Oh, I need it. It's an ingredient to make an alchemical part I need for the end of the game. Having a star powder gives me a positive effect. It's for a torso. I haven't gotten this shape in a while. But yeah, those two monsters are probably some of the hardest fights in the game. They're harder than half the bosses in this game. Alright, gotta make some new parts. Create a biological arm with a wolf's blood and a solid muscle. I don't need repairs. I was done with monsters on that level anyway. Alright, now I need an alchemical torso with rattlesnake and a star powder. Here's star powder. Great start. I do appreciate how you don't have to hit the ghost. You just got to prevent stuff from hitting the heart. Alright. New pair of mechanical legs with scrap heat and a lag bolt. I did pick up a lag bolt, which was really good. Scrap heap, lag bolt. Perfect. I got really lucky with these parts. You actually get to see me play this game normally. Oh, crud. Dude, how did that not work? Oh, dude, this is a really freaking good monster. Oh my god. Alright, I need the new torso. This arm. And the legs. We are gonna make a new head, and we're gonna get another arm. But we're not gonna make those right now. The one final ingredient I could find if I'm lucky is a diamond. Dude, I hate it when they ambush me like that. Yeah, this werewolf arm is kind of similar to the Scareclaw arm, except it's got better HP. I have no idea. Dude, that clue right there is glitched sometimes. I have to reload the room to get it to appear. I don't know why. High pressure carbon crystal. Yeah, sure. Also, these new legs do not have run on it because these new legs have a block move, which I need for the final boss. So if I run into something, I have to kill it. Damn it. Alright, now we've got to defeat a demon monster. The reason we haven't made that other arm is because this is the last fight in the game we need the Cannon Mark IV for. Yeah, this is the very last fight I need it. But yeah, having this torso with quick, 2 different things with quick, it's going to actually speed up a lot of these fights. Yeah, it's still a 12-second time loss, but due to how some of these monsters move around, it's just unavoidable sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna have to dodge. Yeah, it's gonna be so nice having quick on this. This might be one fight where Wimpy matters, I don't know. Alright, now we're going to be making a new head and replacing our cannon arm. Alright. Alchemical head with a power crystal. And, I don't have a diamond, so I'll just have to use star powder as a backup. The diamond would give the head a regenerator effect, but a star powder will be fine too. It'll just have no special effect. It is a knockoff Guitar Hero, exactly. It's Piano Hero. Dang it. Yeah, I got a bunch of star powder, which was very lucky, because you're not guaranteed to get star powders. It doesn't mean if I don't get them, I reset. I just have to use a worse ingredient. I've been lucky with a lot of drops. Like, 3 of my parts now have a positive effect on it. Alright. Burlap sack and a star powder. Yeah, I got really lucky finding star powders. Shame I didn't find the diamond, though, but having regenerator on that head's not that big a deal. Yeah, this will be the last time in the entire game we make a part. Dang it. Yeah, acidic. But yeah, we needed the new alchemical arm because you guys remember that monster we used in the tutorial? We're going to have to fight it. And the alchemical arm makes it a two-shot because its torso does not have much HP. That's its problem. I mean, yeah, it's got 99 energy, which is the most you can have in the game. It comes at the cost of health, though. The better Ultra Worm minigame? I don't know. I liked the Ultra Worm minigame from Ultra Games. Yeah, that didn't even stand a chance. Dude, 4 of my parts have a plus effect. That's insane. Yeah, it did use a head move. If you were going to attack with a part that got knocked off, you lose a turn. Alright, now we're just going to calibrate some rockets and fight a few bosses. Well, mini bosses. Really? Oh my god, dude. I am getting unlucky in this room. Oh my god. I don't need to worry. I'm heading back to the castle anyway. These dumb bulls would get out of the way. Thank you. When you go back to the castle, all your parts are healed. Whoa. I'm gonna end up encountering 2 of these. Well, there goes that arm. Come on, go right. Go right. Oh my god. Go right. Thank you. Oh my god, seriously? Okay, there we go. Lucky. Yeah, we don't have the cannon Mark IV anymore, so we gotta use the werewolf uppercut. I have wondered if it would potentially be faster to re-equip the arm for this one fight, but I don't think it is. The reason I go for the attack anyway, even though the monster's low on energy, I basically just bank on the chance of it going for a recharge and not a dodge. But it's just a gamble. Block. Okay, this monster's being a pain in the ass. There we go. Acidic definitely did help with that one, although I probably should have been spamming that. I don't know. Dude, these bugs spawn camped me. What is the record? For DS, it's like a 225. I mean, this is the very last minion I have to face before I have to go fight the final boss. So things are looking pretty great from here. Final boss is pretty difficult though, but it's honestly not as difficult as some of those earlier fights. You just have to know the exact steps in order to do things. You kind of have to know how the final boss's AI works. Oh, it's too late for a diamond now. Butthole. The game decided to now give me diamonds. There we go. Oh, nice. Did you see those two, where those two monsters spawned? There's a chance of one of the monsters spawning in the top right corner of the map. If it spawns up there, it literally will not leave. I don't know why. Yeah, that actually saves some time. Whoa. There we go. That monster's so easy to dodge. It will never step on the top left tile. Whoa. Yeah, that arm right there that spams Mercy Strike is the most powerful arm on that body. And having the mechanical legs instead of my old route, which had the alchemical legs, it allows the block to do far more damage. And my own legs don't take as much damage. I think it'll... yeah, it'll go for it again. There. Arm's gone. Alright. I'm gonna dodge. Yeah, when it's at under 20 HP, it's gonna... Okay. I didn't know if it was... Those legs do have a block attack. It only goes for block when it's under 20. Either that or it could dodge. Like that. There. Alright, I need to recharge. I don't know why it lags like that. Alright, I think I'm going to start using up some blocks now. Wrong move. Oh well. I meant to go for leg swat. It's always fastest to knock out the torso, but that thing's torso has so much health. It's actually, sometimes it's actually better to just knock off everything else first. Nice. What I'm trying to do is whenever its energy gets really low, I go for uppercut with the werewolf arm for the 50-50 chance of it not going for a block. Or not going for a dodge, I meant. It's gonna block. Yeah, it's gonna block. Yep, it's gonna block again. I think 1 or 2 more hits should do. Alright, I think 1 more hit. I wasn't using that anyway. There we go. Record. $221.44. Nice. Did have that one death to the demon thing because I forgot to equip the right legs, but I think if it weren't for that and maybe not encountering so many freaking bugs, I think this thing could get sub 220. It was oddly quick. Yep, it sure was. Yeah, 225.51 was the record for the DS. Yeah, this thing can obviously go for sub 220. I don't want to grind for that, though. I think I'll only come back to this if that previous guy decides to take it back, but the guy hasn't been online for like 2 years. Yeah, good thing I was recording this offline. I'll upload this run to the archive. Yeah, I'll make sure before the next speedrunning stream I set up my Wii. We're gonna do this exact same run, but on the Wii version, which I've never played before. You know, I'm pretty sure that Diamond Head may not be necessary with those legs. But theoretically, I could choose to not make that head. I don't know. That actually might be something worth trying out. I might do that for the Wii, like, because that head wasn't really that useful. I don't know. It was nice to alternate blocking. And it's good to have a backup too, because if my leg somehow broke, I don't know. I think the mechanics should be roughly the same. Oh, they are. Yeah, the difference between these two records should show you how many loading screens are in the Wii and PS2 versions. I don't know if PS2 has better loading screens than the Wii. I have no idea. But yeah, this beat my original first ever speedrun of this game by 18 minutes. My first ever, like, official run that went to the leaderboard was a 2:39. Alright. That was still a pretty great run, though. Let's see. Cobbleshire Split could have gone better. Neverglades went pretty good. I didn't encounter many monsters. Tombstone Rise was pretty good. Junkstack was where I got a lot of time save. Wildwoods, I had some bad luck with the monsters at the top of the screen before the boss fight. And then in the Marti Manor split, that one section in Junkstack where I was trying to launch the rockets, I encountered like almost every monster on that map. It was nuts. So honestly, I think that alone could have been better and this could have gotten sub 220. Yeah, I'm not going to aim for that for now. But yeah, I think that mistake with not equipping the disable legs, I think that was the only only major mistake I made this whole run. But anyway, I'm going to stop the offline recording.